This is FYI News 13, brought to you by SSPTV and the Hazleton Standard Speaker.
For your information, it's National Preparedness Month, and we have some representatives from the American Red Cross here to talk about what to do if there's a natural disaster. Hello everyone, this is FYI on SSPTV and SSPTV.com. I'm Ken Kara. Thank you so much for your time. We appreciate it. Let's start things off with headlines from FYI and the Hazleton Standard Speaker. Hazleton police are looking for 2 suspects in an armed robbery. It happened just after 11:30 last night at a business in the 300 block of South Poplar Street. An unknown adult male and a white adult female entered the business brandishing knives and demanding money. One of them also had a firearm. They made off with an undetermined amount of money. Anyone with information is asked to call Hazleton police by dialing 911. The Hazleton Area School District is launching an internal investigation in connection with a post made on social media. School District Police Chief Frank Hacken announced at last night's school board meeting that the investigation is being conducted to determine whether or not a district employee leaked sensitive information about a mental health patient. A report on social media claimed the man was a potential shooter and forced a school lockdown. District Superintendent Dr. Craig Butler told FYI that the incident posted on social media was fabricated. Hazleton City Council is accepting resumes for a council seat left vacant by the resignation of Keith Bast. Bast resigned last week after accepting a job out of the area. So far, one person has expressed interest, longtime state constable Norman Tarantino. Council has 30 days to fill the open post. The ribbon was cut this morning on a new workers' compensation office in Hazleton. The office is located inside the Hazleton One Community Center at 225 East 4th Street in the city. The Pennsylvania Department of Labor and Industry closed the former office on North Church Street back in 2013. State Representative Tara Toohill worked to reopen the new office. She was on hand for today's ceremony along with several other state and local dignitaries. The broadcasting world is mourning the loss of one of its most respected journalists. Longtime WNEP TV anchorman Nolan Johannes has died. He was 81 years old. Johannes served as the main anchor for WNEP's 6 p.m. and 11 p.m. newscasts for more than 14 years. He retired in 1996. Everyone here at SSPTV extends our sincere condolences to his family and former colleagues. It's an organization dedicated to helping those dealing with disaster. Leisha Sugart has more on what this month means to the American Red Cross.
Did you know that all this month is National Preparedness Month? And here to tell us what that means and what you should be doing to be prepared are representatives from the American Red Cross. Dave Skutnik is the Regional Communications Manager for the American Red Cross, and Bill Goldsworthy is the Executive Director of the Red Cross of Northeast PA. Thank you both, gentlemen, for being here today. What is the significance of this month's declaration? What does it mean to our viewers?
Well, the national theme this year is Don't Wait, Communicate. Make your emergency plan today. A lot of people don't have any kind of plan. They just kind of wing it, and that's not the way we want to go. So yeah, all September is National Preparedness Month. We want you to be prepared for any kind of emergencies, but in particular, as we go through fall now and start to get closer to winter, unfortunately, we begin to see the number of house fires increase. Already in the last month or so in the Hazleton area, we've seen a number of fires across the region. So we're asking everyone to make sure you have a plan. Let's work on that fire escape plan with the family. Let's practice it. Make sure you have that meeting place outside, because fires can happen anywhere, anytime. You never know. Make sure at work you know how to get out. Make sure at home you know how to get out. We recommend that you have 2 ways to get out of every room, not only in your house, but also in your workplace or wherever you're going to be. So it's important to practice that. Get the kids through it. Make sure everybody knows what to do in case of an emergency, especially, again, a house fire.
Well, let's hope you have a quiet fall season with house fires, because that is the worst, and you guys have really been taxed with everything that's going on. But in addition to telling people what to do in a house fire, you're also stepping up your game and getting the kids involved so that they can be prepared, and it's called the Pillowcase Project, Bill.
Yes, we have a national program called the Pillowcase Project, which we partnered with Disney with. And what we do is we go into 3rd, 4th, and 5th grade classrooms, groups, camps, Boy Scouts, things like that. And what we do is we actually help prepare them in case of a disaster of what to put in a to-go bag, if you will. We call it a pillowcase, and that's what it looks like, a pillowcase designed by Disney. And we teach children what to put in there. You don't put all your animals in there, your stuffed toys in there. You don't put all your games in there. You put a flashlight, you put maybe a change of clothes, maybe some vitamins, maybe some sports drinks, bottles of water, things that are necessary for you to survive once you have to leave your home.
That's really great to teach them at such a young age because, you know, the adults need that lesson as well. We should have a pillowcase as well. And we should have an emergency kit, Dave, you said too.
Yeah, as well. We're working with the kids through the 3rd and 5th grades on that pillowcase project. But yes, everybody should have what we call a Go Kit at home, which includes water, food, flashlights, battery-powered radio, a first aid kit, medications. A lot of people don't think those prescription medications, if there's a community emergency, the pharmacies might be closed. You might not be able to access your prescription medication. That's important. So let's make sure you have those. And also a list of what your medications are, because a lot of people, even in a house fire, all of a sudden everything burns, you have nothing left, and you can't remember. You're like, well, I took this in the morning and this in the afternoon. Have a list and have it in that Go Kit so that you're always prepared for it. Your important documents, things like that. And something that we don't think about now in this cell phone era, have a list with the phone numbers actually handwritten down. Because how many people, you lose your phone or in an emergency, maybe the battery's dead. I don't remember mom and dad's cell phone number anymore. I have no idea how to get in contact with them. So have the phone numbers written down the old-fashioned way too, and have that in that Go Kit.
That is so true. And if anybody wants more tips like that, great tips, where do they go to?
Just head to redcross.org. It's all right there.
All right, gentlemen, great information.
Thank you.
We hope that we've helped you to become better prepared. Take advantage, go to their website and find out the proper things to do to keep you and your family safe.
Thank you, Lisa. Well, we only have 2 more stories until we go to break. And when we do go to break, may I suggest you hop on Twitter and help a local woman out in a national contest. Ashley Gregory is a native of Drums and a finalist in the Built With Chocolate Milk #BuildIt Photo Challenge. At stake is an all-expenses-paid trip to a running event in Las Vegas called Run the Strip at Night. Gregory is up against 2 others, and the winner will be selected on September 23rd. If you need more incentive to vote for her, she runs a program in the Bloomsburg area school district called Girls on the Run to help young girls with confidence and help them live a healthy lifestyle. Now to vote, go on twitter.com/chocolate_milk and find Ashley's video and retweet it. We also have a link on our Facebook page to make it even easier. You have until Thursday to help Ashley out. A special fundraiser to benefit a Cunningham girl will end tomorrow. 18-month-old Aubrielle Marsicano of Cunningham survived a rare form of meningitis. You can help her family with medical costs by having lunch or dinner at Bonanza Steakhouse in Hazel Township tonight or tomorrow. Present a special certificate and Bonanza will donate 20% of the total sales to Aubrielle's family. You can pick up a certificate here at SSPTV Studios, or you can call Morgan at 570-582-5564 to get one. The fundraiser is sponsored by Thrivent Financial, which is supplementing the donations. Football fans, you will want to stay tuned to FYI because the Standard Speaker sports editor and I will be talking about high school, college, and pro football on the Sportscast. And right after this break, we have information on some McCann School of Business and Technology students doing some good for the community.
This is FYI News 13, brought to you by SSPTV and the Hazleton Standard Speaker.
Janine Mazurkevich is taping new Healthy Living segments, so today I'm your host for Healthy Living. I'm sorry, but I do have some exciting news. The Hazelton Town and Trail Run is going on October 17th, and it's got something for everyone. There's going to be a youth 100-yard fun run, a youth 1-mile race, a 5K run and walk, a 10K run, and the big one, a 13.1-mile run. That's called a half marathon, friends. You can do the half marathon, get your training in. It will feature some beautiful trails and a run through the city of Hazelton, and then you can go and get one of those 13.1 magnets for your car. To register for any one of these races, go to the websites up on your screen, and for more information, you can email Rob Gould. Pre-registration ends on the 19th. That's this Saturday. This is the cool part of this. Well, one of the cool parts. Money raised is going to Hazelton Power, the Hazelton YMYWCA, and the Greater Hazelton Area Civic Partnership. The Civic Partnership will use the money to promote healthy lifestyles and outdoor recreation, and to bring more people to downtown Hazelton and to the Greater Hazelton Rails to Trails. Remember, new Healthy Living segments are coming your way next week.
Time now for FYI News 13 weather.
Another picture-perfect day in Hazleton. Here's a picture of it. Actually, several pictures of it taken at such a speed that we are seeing a moving image, although there's not a lot of movement, but trust me, this was video from earlier today. Anyways, here's our local forecast from the National Weather Service tonight. It's going to be clear with a low around 54 degrees with some light wind. On our extended forecast, Thursday is sunny with a high near 80 degrees. On Thursday night, mostly clear with a low around 56. Same deal on Friday, sunny with a high of 80. Friday night, mostly clear with a low around 56. Saturday, pretty much stays the same. Once again, sunny with a high near 80, and then Saturday night, partly cloudy with a low of 55. Sunday, things change a little bit. 30% chance of showers, a partly sunny day with a high of 68, and then at night, partly cloudy, will be in the upper 40s for our low.
Today we are pleased to welcome Shannon Brennan. She is the campus director at the McCann campus in Pottsville. Thank you so much for joining us. I understand that your students are really taking charge and going out throughout the community, volunteering their time and talent to help out. This is really a wonderful concept.
That's true. Our trade students, our electrical and HVAC students have been volunteering their time to do various projects in the community for nonprofit organizations.
This must be very well received, because in this day and age where, a lot of nonprofit organizations are struggling to make ends meet and to pay to do any kind of repairs or renovations, they must be really pleased that you're coming in and helping them.
Yes, it started when the program was relatively new. The Ruth Steinert SPCA in Pine Grove had a fire and was pretty much completely destroyed. And one of our students was a volunteer at the time and talked to the trade program director to see if there was something we could do to help out. And that was a huge project. It had to be completely gutted, new wiring, new heating system, new restrooms. And the students really embraced it and they really enjoyed it. And so that's what sparked us to look for other organizations that we could help. So every year they take on a couple projects and it's been really rewarding for them. They get the hands-on experience and of course the nonprofits benefit as well.
We have some photos you brought with you of it, so tell us a little bit about some of the projects they did.
Sure, yes. You have photos of Child Development, Inc. We go in there on an annual basis and we update their air conditioning systems, make sure they're all ready for the new school year. We did some repairs to the United Methodist Church in Minersville, where they updated the wiring and some of the lighting, so you'll see some shots of that. We have some students completely repairing a beverage system for the Kumbola Fire Company. So as you can see, it's sometimes dirty work, but the students really enjoy the satisfaction of giving back and also being able to apply what they've learned in class in a real life setting. So it's really rewarding and it's been beneficial for us and the community.
Well, this, you told me, comes at the time when you're celebrating the 20th anniversary of the Pottsville campus, so congratulations. And McCann is everywhere.
That's right. McCann was founded in 1897 in Mahanoy City, Pennsylvania, and we have grown. We now have 7 locations: Dixon City, Wilkes-Barre, Hazleton, Pottsville, Sunbury, Allentown, and Carlisle. So we've grown, but the Pottsville campus was founded in 1995. So this is our 20th anniversary, and so as part of that, we're really highlighting some of the programs. It's amazing to see a little school that provided accounting and secretarial training has really grown to allied health and the trades, so it's been an exciting adventure.
It certainly is. For any one of our viewers who are watching that maybe they're interested in McCann, or maybe a nonprofit organization that you've helped out in Schuylkill County, you've helped out others, maybe someone else needs help for next year or something like that with your volunteers, who do they call?
Sure, they can call me directly. My phone number is 570-391-3051. That's my direct line. Or certainly they can look at mccann.edu on the web.
All right, well, happy anniversary, continued success for all the students, and I think it's wonderful that they're setting an excellent example going out and helping throughout the community. It's a win-win for the students and the community.
Thanks to the students for the hard work, and thanks to Lisa for that interview. Before we go to break, here's your midday winning Pennsylvania lottery numbers. Pick 2, 73, pick 3, 837, pick 4, 5730, pick 5, 95241. Lottery numbers on FYI are brought to you by Boyer Insurance Agency with 2 locations to serve you. One location is in Cunningham on Sugarloaf Avenue, and there's another one in Nescapec on Broad Street. You can call Boyer Insurance in Cunningham at 570-788-3543 and in Nescapec at 570-752-7683. We'll get you caught up on all your local sports on the FYI Standard Speaker Scoreboard next.
This is FYI News 13 Sports.
More football talk right now on Dave Day as we're joined by Dave Seaman, the sports editor at the Standard Speaker. And Dave, let's start with some high school football. Hazelton area now at 1-1 on the season, losing to Scranton on Friday night, and the Cougars had a chance to jump back in this game. I like reading Steve Stallone's articles on Monday in the Standard Speaker, kind of a little look back. And in there, Coach Mike Brennan said, we can win all of the games on our schedule, or we can lose them all. That's where we're at as a program right now, and that seems very realistic with the Cougars as they search for an identity.
Yeah, it's typical of any program as you get started too. You get a little bit of taste of winning, but until that feeling comes over the whole team and you get used to that winning feeling, you know how to win games and do it consistently, you're going to have your ups and downs. I guess Coach Brennan, what he's trying to say is it's time to get consistent with the program. That'll be the next step for the Cougars.
And Dave, in the Anthracite League, right now it seems wide open. You have some teams sitting at 2-0, like your Blue Mountain, Jim Thorpe, Lee Heighton. North Schuylkill had their first loss in the league. They were expected to win the league. Still have a chance, of course. Marion looks good. Tamaqua, Monterey area even at 1-1. You think it'll stay wide open all year, or do you think some teams will come out and maybe stand alone at the top?
I think you're going to see a lot of that, teams beating each other up. I mean, that's what that Anthracite League was intended to do. There's a lot of good teams at the top of the league. Even at the bottom of the league, you said Monterey area is 1-1, but that they have potential to spring a few upsets along the way. Jim Thorpe's always there, Lee Heighton, Blue Mountain, North Schuylkill, and don't forget about Marion either.
It's going to be interesting. It's an interesting conference because you have Marion who's playing so well right now. They're a single A school. They could go up against a Blue Mountain, a triple A school, and maybe even fight them for the league championship. So that'll be interesting to follow throughout the year. Let's talk about the big night game coming up in Beaver Stadium as Rutgers visits Penn State. And Dave, I was listening to a radio show yesterday, and they almost wrote off Rutgers. Like this was an automatic win for Penn State. I don't feel like that right now. I know Rutgers, there's kind of some turmoil. Leading receiver, one of the Big Ten's leading receivers, will be suspended probably for this game. They have a lot of other suspensions. They're dealing with a lot there, but I still think they have a chance in this game.
Yeah, I think that a lot of times that rallies a team too. I mean, there is a lot of adversity going on at Rutgers right now, but sometimes that brings out the best in teams. This Penn State team still hasn't shown any consistency. We come back to that word again, where you can expect, well, years past, the Penn State team, other teams would see the Penn State uniform and they'd kind of fold. Teams aren't afraid of Penn State anymore at this point, and I think Coach Franklin is trying to bring that back to Penn State. But until he does, I think the Lions are going to be in for a lot of close games. You can't expect any blowouts. It would surprise me a lot if there was a blowout this weekend.
Dave, I want to ask you, is Saquon Barkley the answer for Penn State right now? Freshman running back. I was at the game on Saturday. The stadium was kind of almost lifeless until he really started making some big plays, leaping defenders. Could this be the guy who maybe gives the offense the opportunity to maybe even pass the ball a little bit more by opening up in the running game, or is he just part of the answer right now?
He's just part of the answer right now. I mean, there's no doubt that he has talent, and he's a big part of the future of Penn State football. But you got to remember too that Buffalo was playing in the fourth quarter. They started to get tired a little bit too. Not as much manpower as Penn State. You know, Penn State's limited on the offensive line, as we all know. But at that point, Buffalo's tiring a little bit, and Penn State took advantage, not taking anything away from Saquon Barkley. Like I said, he has a lot of talent, and he did spring life into the crowd that was left at the stadium. But it's going to take some time for that Penn State team to really impose its will on and bring on players like Saquon Barkley and other freshmen that we still haven't seen yet.
And finally, Dave, let's talk about the Philadelphia Eagles. A lot of disappointed Eagles fans on my Facebook feed after that Monday night loss. But as someone who's neutral, I saw some hope for the Eagles in that second half as they really started to come along with Sam Bradford and the offense, started looking like their offense from last year. So I think the Eagles have some hope, even though it was a tough first loss.
It definitely was a tough first loss, but again, the promise they showed by moving the ball up and down the field in the second half, I think that's the Eagle team you're going to see most of the season too. They kind of got back on their heels a little bit in the first half. The Falcons had them in a lot of third and long situations. situations and that offense doesn't thrive. They don't move on first down. That team, it struggles offensively, and then that kind of snowballs a little bit. And their defense was a little bit back on their heels, going against one of the best receivers in the league and one of the best quarterbacks too, and Julio Jones and Matt Ryan respectively. So Falcons had a little bit to play for, a new head coach. I think the Eagles will be fine, although a tough game coming up against Dallas this week.
Seemed a lot of panic, but hey, hit that field goal. It's a much different story that we're talking about right now. All right, Dave comes back as we move through the fall. We'll talk about a lot more fall sports coming up. Our FYI Standard Speaker scoreboard starts in the show with Joe Madden and the Cubs, who split a day-night doubleheader with the Pirates. So there's no change in the National League wild card standings. The Pirates still have the #1 spot. The Cubs are still at #2, but these two teams will play 2 more times this week. Well, the Big HA, they got a big win in the Wyoming Valley Conference in field hockey. Megan Reed was the hat trick hero for the Lady Cougars. In girls soccer, Wyoming Valley West beat Hazelton area and Blue Mountain beat Tamaqua. Here's some Schuylkill girls volleyball scores now. Marion and Mono area, they both earned wins. To girls tennis, where Tamaqua and MMI suffered defeats, and MMI, they did get a win in golf to move their conference record to 5-3. That is sports for tonight. It's Wednesday, and here's some delicious alliteration. It's signature steak night at Bottlenecks. All of their signature steaks are only $9.95, plus bottomless soup and salad for only $2.95.
Good evening, everyone, and here's tonight's Talk of the Town report. First night, a benefit poker run will be held in honor of volunteer firefighter Matthew Moyer on Saturday, October 10th from the West Penn Rod and Gun Club. Registration starts at 10 a.m. and the ride starts at noon. Cost is $15 per driver and $5 per passenger. They will have free entertainment, bake sale, and drinks for sale. For more info, just call 570-952-1412. Our next announcement, the Hazelton One Community Center will be holding Unity Day 2015 on Saturday, September 19th from 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. Join them for fun for the whole family, including food from Cargill Meat Solutions and Giants Market, kids activities, dunk tank, fire truck rides, Hazelton Police Canine demonstration, dance performances, and much more. The center is located at 225 East 4th Street. For more info, just call 570-861-8081. And finally, Eagle Rock Resort will be holding a fall festival car show hosted by the Race Club of Eagle Rock. The event is Saturday, October 10th from 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. Festival includes tons of prizes and trophies, craft show, hay rides, pony rides, beer tent, wine tasting, food vendors, music, children's activities, and much, much more. For info, just call 570-550-4565. That's tonight's Talk of the Town. News 13 would like to send sincere condolences to the family and friends of Lawrence Sywell of Hazelton. Memorial is Saturday at 9:30 a.m. at the Joseph B. Conahan Funeral Home. Friends may call Saturday from 8:30 to 9:30 a.m. Attention pay-per-view subscribers, if you see your name right now on News 13, you'll have 13 minutes to call in and win a free movie from Service Electric Cablevision. Our winner tonight is Carol Balliot of Drums. Carol, if you're watching, give us a call right now, 570-455-7267, extension 104.
Remember, right now on our Facebook page, go click the link. You can retweet the video for Ashley Gregory to help her out in that National Chocolate Milk Contest. There's also lots of information on our Facebook page. That's where we put our breaking news. That's it for tonight. Thanks for watching, everyone. Take it easy.